Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Humankind, where, for some reason, without fail, the instant I hit the start button on OBS, the in-game music turns off. I don't know what's doing that. It's probably just a weird coincidence, but it feels malicious. It feels like I'm being punked by this video game. So, I found the procession button. I'm sure, no doubt, many of you had seen it already. It is right here. It lets us burn some money in order to increase stability by 10 for 10 turns. Hey, the music's back. Hooray. And I think that's going to be helpful. It's not going to solve all of our problems, because we are having some serious stability problems in multiple places. Yeah, we're trending toward 13% here, and that's with the bonus from the units? Yeah, that's with the bonus from the units. All right, well, we're building the aqueduct. One thing I'm not 100% clear on is whether this is a new 20 stability or, it's an upgrade from a previous building that was already giving us 15 stability. So I don't know if this is 20 in addition to that or if this upgrades that 15 to 20. I'm assuming it's the former based on the production cost. I would think if it was just a 5-point upgrade, it would probably be a lot cheaper. And also wishfulness is what that is based on. Boy, I sure would like for this to be 20 extra points of stability. I think we need it really badly. Speaking of which, how are we doing in stability everywhere else? Trending toward 26 here, but building our public fountain. Down here, we are also trending toward bad. To be clear, we're not going to be allowed to start building new amphitheatrons after we move up to the next era, but I'm pretty sure that any that are in the building queue when we go up will remain. So we just want to make sure we get those queued up. We're not going to move forward for 2 turns because we are going to go ahead and take this fame. And we're pretty behind. And the war with green definitely slowed both us and green down tremendously. So is it possible that we're just going to get completely outpaced? We're halfway through the game already almost, and it's not looking super great for us. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm a little worried about it, if I'm honest. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. So you guys are in station mode. You live in that city for the moment. And I was going to have these ones scout, but I'm sort of thinking maybe we just pull them back to Phaistos. Plus, Phaistos is the city on the border with our most concerning other player. It'd probably be a good idea to have some military stationed there. So there's one of my districts completed. We could just buy the other one out and move up this turn. It's probably actually worth doing, so that all of this turn's yields go to the new era. What's up? Is green trespassing again?
You have need of me?
The Spanish are trespassing. So yellow's moving through my territory. Boy, that's probably period appropriate and everything, but that is quite an outfit. Don't make fun of mine's normal. Everybody wears circles. So we could press this to an actual grievance. Right now, their war support is dwindling. They haven't made demands out of their grievances, so for the moment, I'm going to do the same. I'm not going to make a demand of my grievance. I don't want to push things, because I just don't want to go to war again, really. I think we need infrastructure building time. Also, we have a red notification from you. Oh, I have another. I demand you pay me.
I demand either recompense or your destruction.
All right, their war support is still slowly climbing back to the equilibrium value. Mine is 10 billion.
Revolting.
And yeah, they got problems. They got feelings about it. So what is your deal? You're just a normal scout. Okay. So I probably want to get another amphitheatron in the garrison here, or in the queue rather, and then we'll just not actually complete it at the moment. We'll build, this instead. Like I said, I think as long as it's in the queue, it's safe. So you can still build another one. We haven't built one down here, and we probably should because we have districts down here. Let's say maybe like this way though, because again, I don't want to build one of these adjacent to an astronomer's place. Actually, we probably just do it right here. I don't see any reason not to build it adjacent to that thing. It looks like it maybe... Oh, no, it's benefiting from 2 districts here. It's also benefiting from 2 districts here, right? Because the city center totally counts. Yeah, let's build it there. Because that's the amphitheatron we're building right now, right? So then when we build a district here, it'll feed both of them. Babylon has the potential to be a very large and impressive city, if I could just keep things together. So, okay, you've got one in the queue, but obviously you're doing something much more important right now. So if I were to buy out, it would cost us almost everything. It would not leave us a lot of money for... would not leave us as much money as I would like, perhaps, for processions, but it does put me in a position where I can just jump to the next era this turn. It's probably worth it. Let's go ahead and do it. So we'll purchase ourselves an era star, and then get the heck out of this era. Right, because we're not close to any of the other... Yeah, this is going to be like another 14 turns, right? Well, another 9 turns, because obviously our rate of science production has increased. But yeah, too long in any case. So, what's left over? We can, of course, remain Greek. We can become Byzantines. Plus money per alliance is pretty bad for us. Money based on horses, also pretty bad for us. I think we have access to a horse deposit in a region just north of our northernmost city, but we don't actually own that region yet, so we'd have to expand into it first, and it just doesn't seem like a winner. Although, what is their unit? Prevents its army from retreating, but has 43 combat strength. That is something. That's quite a value. The Franci Milites, maybe? That's a pretty solid unit, and a bigger combat strength bonus than normal when charging is significant, but again, we're a little bit horse shy. Plus 50% food on city or outpost, just all of them? Really? Wow. And then an emblematic district to produce faith and science and influence. That's compelling. You know what I would love is some kind of emblematic something that increases the amount of stability we have. We're having some real problems. So again, 2 horses, 2 iron, neither of which we can muster. And these are expansionist stars. I think we're probably going to want to take it easy on the expansion for this next era, so that definitely feels wrong. Plus 2 industry per worker on city or outpost seems very good. Plus 1 food per district. So just plus 1 food per district in the city as a whole. Plus 1 industry per population. It is a district that exploits both food and industry, which is a particularly powerful thing. Plus 2 industry for adjacent river tile. This seems very good for us. And the builder thing, it wants you to get the stars for building districts, which we may well do because we may end up having to build a lot of garrisons to fix our stability problems. And it's not a bad idea because like a lot of people are rattling sabers at us a lot of the time. Also, this is also a thing we can't build, but at least it's a cool elephant-mounted gun. The Umayyads will give plus 10 science for number of territories on all cities, so that'd be fairly significant. That's actually that's a lot, right? Because what do we own, like 8 territories or 9, something like that? Our total science output right now is only 170. So this would immediately, upon clicking this button, be like a 50% science gain. Then the building also gives more science per territories, also gives an extra researcher slot. This is 3 horses, which is awkward. Drains additional stability during sieges, probably not terribly relevant to us. And then the Norsemen give, plus naval unit, plus combat strength on naval stuff. Really, probably completely inappropriate. I'm kind of thinking Khmer, actually. I think this might be a really good fit for our situation. We have lots of rivers. The beret is going to benefit us in a ton of places. We're probably building a lot of districts in this next era. We're always building a lot of districts because they're very good. Although I guess in this build of the game, you have to be a lot smarter about that than you had to be in Victor. So yeah, it's like Umayyads versus Khmer, and I'm thinking lean Khmer. We have a lot of building we need to catch up on. Let's do it.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor.
It is kind of wild how all of these historical themed 4X games boil down history into like basically two different kinds of actions taking place. I think there's room for a pretty broad reinterpretation of things that maybe lines up a little bit better with any of the things that actually happened in real life. All right, start the era by finishing a tech. Pretty solid.
What can I do for you?
The Spanish have claimed Lich at your border. Oh, I see. So renounce to create a demand from this grievance. Oh, okay, that's a little renounce your ability to create a demand from this grievance, not press this button to create a demand from this grievance. Yeah, I'm not gonna push things with them. +3 from having more ongoing demands. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hold on to this for the moment. I'm not gonna make a big noise about it just yet. So to be clear, if I demand all trade between our empires will be suspended and borders will be closed, they made a demand. They've demanded that we give them Foaris. It kind of focusing on the grievance when coming in here was probably not what it was supposed to be doing. It was supposed to be focusing on the demand. So if we turn one of our demands into a demand, they lose this war support gain. So obviously we could just give them Foaris. If I just say I refuse, they will have an opportunity to declare war on us, and I think it will count as a just war, so they won't get the penalty for the war support penalty for an unjust war. Also, I guess we picked up this merchant badge, which I did not even notice because I was not thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna press one of my. I will also make a demand. How about that? So now they've pressed one of their demands. Well, then I'll press my demand. Now what? Where's your war support bonus now, smart guy?
Let me be clear. Fix this.
So propose that both empires abandon their demands and return to a stable diplomatic state. Previously suspended trade and border agreements will be reinstated.
Just who? Who do you think you are?
Okay, he's got feelings about it. I'm going to propose defusal. Obviously, things are getting a little tense in here. What if we all just chilled out as a group?
These quarrels hurt us all.
They said no. They're not into that. Well, I'm a little concerned. If I'm being honest, I'm having concerns. Okay, so we got some units over here. They're not very well suited to fighting us. How many units would I have to kill to get the first militarist star? 7? Maybe we should... Wow, that's a lot of districts. It's a lot of districts. All right, move into Phaistos for the moment. I do want to attack here, but I don't necessarily think we're going to win that battle by ourselves. Okay, you know, we do have a source of iron that we haven't yet taken advantage of. We do have horses up here. There's still some future goods that we don't even know about yet. Has there been another change? Oh, they busted us. Did we have open borders before? Oh yeah, that's right. The borders got closed because demands and stuff. Okay. And then also, another grievance available. I'm gonna continue demanding things of green, even though they will never exceed to any of this. The people of Sualosin converted to Olmec's polytheism. Okay. It's not even my region. Oh no, I guess, okay, it is my region. It's when we're looking at the religion view, it's not super clear, but yeah, the border's there. So yellow's religion, yellow's putting out more faith than we are probably. We have kind of poor faith output because I did not focus on it. I have put no effort into working on it at all. That's fine. I'm not that stressed about it, I guess. We got a lot of things to think about. I don't have time for this to be one of them. Okay, our science output is pretty solid. Let's figure out... we probably want to grab fortifications. Something tells me that stone walls may be important in the near future. We do have stability boosters over here. City cap increase. I'm just looking for things that I think are going to help in the coming war. Okay, army hierarchy, definitely relevant. Mounted warfare will get us access to the 26 strength horsemen, who we can't even use. So we'll ignore this sort of dead end in the tech tree for the moment, and try to actually move up into the Era 3 techs. Yeah, let's get fortifications for now. And down here in Babylon, we are trending toward a number that is north of mutinous, but we still probably ought to push that upward a bit if we can. And yeah, we don't even have public fountains here. Then again, we also don't have like basic science technology, and that's a big concern. Yeah, having to spend so many turns building military units has put us way, way, way behind. How's population growth going here? It's actually not. Okay, there is the 5-point penalty from disease, which of course is going to wear off. But yeah, food. We just have a lot of food. So at this point, losing a point of population or two wouldn't be so bad because it would allow us to start growing again. So we do have the option of building a military unit or potentially burning population on the work people to death buyout. What does our affinity thing do? All money and science are converted into industry. I could definitely see that being worth doing sometimes. Probably not right now. Also, honestly, probably you should be over here. So actually, I kind of feel like it is worth doing this. We'll lose a little bit of science output. Probably is where we would take the people off of. So we would lose 16 science per turn, but in exchange, we'd be positive on food, so we'd get those population points back pretty quickly, and we'd also get ourselves a building. I mean, it feels very evil. We've done some pretty dark stuff already this game, so maybe that's just who we are this time out. There's been a lot of murder in our past, a lot of like totally unnecessary murder for personal gain. Yeah, okay, we're kind of the bad guy empire a little bit. Let's just go ahead and do that. So now this city has actually pretty solid stability. We could build ourselves a barret. If we do so, wow, 11, 13, that's 23, criminy. I do wish that the expanded tooltip appeared like to the left or something. Like the little tooltip above, it's a little jarring to have it be covered up right as you're trying to move toward it. We could put it down here. Obviously, I'd prefer for this to be a farmer's district. So yeah, let's go ahead and just drop it like 1922 versus 1723. I think is probably, we take the 1723. No, wait, we do need food. But I'd have to build over a district that is currently giving us stability in order to do that. I will not do that thing, in fact. Yeah, let's just build it right here. Right here it is good and strong. The city could use that. Out of curiosity. Only 3 points of population, huh? Now I feel like we gotta check. Okay, yeah, we're like slightly negative in a bunch of places, apparently. So we're currently, like, we're slowly losing population as it is. Yeah, they've made the actual city management parts of this much more demanding, much less simple, and I am way into that. So we are desperate to get this thing done. I might do the same thing here, actually. We've got to fix our stability problems. Okay, and that actually answered the question, because that was the upgrade. That was the upgrade to the public health building, and it did, in fact, give us a full 20 stability. That's wonderful news. That's really, really great. So now that that's done, what do we want to build in this city? What is the next most important thing while our population rebuilds? Because, like, we're going to get one of those population points back in just 2 turns here. +2 food per farmers, +1 farmer slot is not a bad idea. So if you really want to grow, you have to build this kind of stuff, because otherwise there's no way you're going to be able to outpace your consumption. I like that balancing a lot, actually. I could definitely see that being unpopular with a portion of the player base, though, who are used to sort of like the Civ style of it being like kind of brain dead to keep your cities going. Here we're still maintaining positivity. I think it would be a mistake to burn population here while we're still growing. Even though I do want this done. Oh boy, we're trending toward 7? That's pretty harsh. Also, what are you doing on money? Over here, I was pushing hard on industry. We're going to get a birth in 2 turns even without hyper-focusing people on food. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. So our emblematic unit requires military architecture, which is... how far up is that? I mean, it's going to be a bunch, right? And then 2 iron, 2 copper, which we really don't have. And we still need to be expanding science everywhere. Yeah, all right. We're in a tough spot, but it's not, I think, not unrecoverable for sure. So, do any of our civics at this point help us with anything we actually care about? Foreign innovations. So the number of trade routes on city or outpost. Most of our trade routes just got broken. So in theory, this is good, but it's probably not good right now. In a broad sense, it's useful. None of that's going to matter. None of that's going to matter at the moment. Yeah, okay. None of this is worth actually spending influence to decide. Ah, we are putting out a lot of influence pressure, it looks like. Okay, we're holding steady there. That's cool, at least. So, do we take a stability hit for number of cities? We don't, right? We do take a stability hit for the number of territories in a city, but there's no like global modifier for total number of cities. So if we can get our city cap up by 1, then it would make sense to probably just found up here somewhere, and then backfill this as territory for the new city. All right, a thing worth considering for sure. Okay, I think we kind of have a plan. We got to recover stability, and then we got to get back on the building plan. Fortunately, we're actually really good at building. Oh, the Spanish declared war on me anyway. Okay, well, could be a problem. Trade routes were destroyed. Yep. Spanish have gained renown as a trader. So, just as before, -2 war score per turn from declaring an unjust war. I'm going to propose white peace. They're not going to take this, but...
Even I can tire of pillage and ruin.
Okay. It did seem to affect their war support. Okay, they take a 5-point penalty from refusing a fair offer of peace.
Bothersome, boring.
I wonder how often we're going to be allowed to offer that. So yeah, we really need to be able to move this army up. Do I buy out the aqueduct, hit the procession button, and just start running the army? Yeah, I think so. All right, trend toward a better value. We're going to get moving. And then the next thing you build needs to be another thing that gives stability. So you have both of those. You cannot build a city watch because we do not have a garrison. So I guess you're building a garrison. That's fair. This city could use a garrison. Now, you're allowed to put a garrison anywhere. It doesn't have to be adjacent to anything. Although, obviously, we are somewhat incentivized to build it adjacent to any of our constructed districts that love garrisons. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and build it here. It's probably not going to be useful in a war in the near future, but it will give us some science right away, which I do actually care about. So, yeah, trending towards 17 and building more stuff to help out beyond that is the best we can do, I think. I don't really know what to do with all this influence. There are no unclaimed wonders, so we're going to have to wait for something to show up there. Yeah, there's just not a lot for us to do with influence beyond influencing independent people and claiming more territory. And the city cap is really being a huge wet blanket on the claiming of more territory for the moment. Were I to attack you right now, 59. So no, we would not in fact get to use the city garrison as reinforcements. Understandable, but a shame. That said, we can do it from here. So we can also see, okay, a yellow unit that is just... Can I attack them? Oh, the zone of control exerted by this random neutral force is going to prevent that from being possible. How very annoying. All right, well, we're gonna race over there and attack them at the beginning of the next turn. Try to force a retreat. Do whatever we can to damage Yellow's war support. They do just have a scout in my territory. Mayhap I should injure this scout in some way. Gosh, I really don't want to build more military units, though. Like, don't we have enough problems? Yep, we'll talk about technologies and stuff later. Okay, I think that was a retreat. Yep. Sadly, I cannot catch up with them this turn. Did you know people on horseback are fast?
Speak. I promise.
Oh, green claimed Karandar, which is... You're covering so much of the screen that oh, okay, I see. The territory north of there. Well, I have demands about that. It seems like green is reluctant to declare war on us, so I'm just going to keep laying on the demands. You know that thing I said about not antagonizing my neighbors all of the time? Well, obviously I didn't mean it about green. So let's pick up Conquest, because it's on the way to everything else that we actually need. And then we're going to be able to not quite reach them next turn, sadly. This is where if this was one of my armies, the neutrals would absolutely attack it. So let's hope that happens to yellow as well.
Your presence enrages me.
All right, the retreat is going to hurt them. Am I allowed to propose white peace every turn? I am. And if they keep refusing it, it just drains. Listen, your people don't want to be at war. Not that badly. Okay, well, we've got a pretty good strategy for harassing them out of the war, provided that they don't have a huge army that shows up on our border in the very near future. And they totally might. And I guess I'm at war with you too, right?
Tell me about yourself.
So that is something of a concern, although... Oh, these aren't even really your soldiers. These are the soldiers that you have hired from a nearby neutral faction. Okay. Well, I'm concerned, but maybe we'll be able to hold out. So I'm going to move this army into the city to threaten these guys and also to just help us control... Well, actually, we're fine on stability here, now at least. We'll get that fountain done in just a second, and yeah, okay. Gosh, I don't want to have to build more units. I bet I'm going to have to build more units. So let's Let us get into defensive position on the city here and threaten position on those units. And then, I mean, oh, they're moving toward us. Oh, what a foolish play. Attack them. There we go. It's a little tough while they're still executing their move order. Do we want to include these guys as reinforcements? I don't actually think I do. They shouldn't be necessary. So wait, is there a way to mark them as not? Because I would actually love it if they didn't spend their action point just for being in range. So at this phase, it says you have to select the plus icon to deploy your units. Okay, no, they deployed anyway. Well, it's not ideal. All right, we're going to get a very easy kill here, obviously. Do I want to surround them? These are city tiles, right? So we'll have the fortification bonus. I don't think they can attack us usefully, but we can certainly restrict their movement. A retreat followed by a lost battle is obviously going to be very bad for their war support. And our units are fighting at like 40 combat strength. Even if their troops are an era up on us, I think we at least still have a chance of legitimately winning battles.
You? What do you want?
So your war resolution is heading to, of course, propose white peace. Obviously, we propose white peace every single turn. Yeah, we're draining them pretty quickly. If we break off and kill this unit too, maybe get another retreat into a lost battle. Hopefully their people will feel that this is a truly humiliating endeavor and just give up on it entirely. Religious feeling is strong across the empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging among the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders who each see the standard creed with different eyes. New religious orders are emerging every year, and their influence is growing. What should you do with these groups? It's a good question. So we can dissolve them all into one faith and get a 25% faith bonus. We should be tolerant of religious interpretation, which will just give us +5 faith. At the moment, I think we have 10 total faith output. Yeah, just pretty weak total faith output. Okay, no, we have 20. We have 10 from our base religion and 20 from the holy site. So the 25% boost is like 7.5 points. This is and it's a bonus on each city. So this will be 7.5 points like on the capital and nothing on the other cities. This will be 5 on each city. And then this gives the same bonus. As world leaders of the faith, it is our duty to strengthen it and keep it pure. So it does seem like the middle option is objectively the best one in the situation we find ourselves in. And also, the other two options move bars in directions we don't want them moved in. So does this one, though. And in fact, right now, I think a loss of 10 stability points on all cities is probably kind of backbreaking. So I think we have to not take that. Well, we're far enough along the social axis that 1 point of backsliding isn't going to be a big deal. We'll take that one. Yeah, we definitely cannot afford to take that stability hit. Again, not to sound like I'm a broken record here or anything, but I am actually really enjoying the balancing that puts us in a position where we have to make hard decisions and not do the thing we want sometimes. It might sound like such a minor thing, but so many 4X games just kind of let you do whatever you want and be successful even on the high difficulties. Alright, so let's see what this yellow scout does. My guess is we're going to see motion toward the front here. Yep. Makes sense to me. They're trying to get home. Oh, hey. They have immortals. So stronger when fighting from high ground and fortified positions, and they have 5 combat point strength boost on us. Okay, that's a little scary.
Speak!
This ongoing conflict.
I'm going to propose white peace. Perhaps shocking to everyone. Once again, I feel like this hostile people would have attacked me in this situation. I wonder if they're the people from right here and yellow has them like pacified. It almost must be the case, right?
Your presence darkened.
Constantly generating new trespassing stuff. Just stop walking on my territory. I mean, it doesn't really matter to them as long as I'm not willing to actually enforce those demands, right? So do we make a move? If we attack them from right... So I can't attack them from here because of the cliffs. I'd be attacking from right here, which means that we would have access to the higher ground. Yeah, and they are lower there. So I would get to start my units on the cliff. This is one of those situations where if we go for the battle and we lose, it is very embarrassing for us, though. How long would it take to build a garrison? 6 turns? Because, like, a garrison right here that we just stand an army in will mean that it's functionally impossible for them to attack this city without giving us a huge positional advantage. All right, I'm not going to lean on this for everything, but if we did want to buy this out with population, I mean, it would reset the population of this city. That's pretty bad. It does, man, it's a huge defensive boon, though. And right now we're at 0 food. So, I mean, obviously that would stop being the case if we just reassign people from industry to food. But if we did a people buyout, that would also cause food growth. Because, yeah, you're actually going to hit population caps, or at least soft population caps, with the way the food is balanced here, which is... It definitely changes the nature of this decision-making. I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually do this. We are going to stay food-focused, so we'll start regaining population quickly. I can't get down there in one turn anyway, right? Because zone of control stuff. So I probably want you to come back and play defense. But yeah, so now we have bonus fortification on this tile, plus the garrison itself lends bonus combat strength to my units in the area. Yeah. All right, let's hope that that is, in fact, as effective as I'm hoping it will be. Obviously, they could just approach from a better angle, but for the moment, I think we have a pretty strong position here. Avarice is about to finish its garrison, and then it's probably going to have to build another garrison. I mean, obviously, once the garrison's done, we can build the city watch real quick. That's 400 industry versus... Nope, 273. We do, in fact, build another one of these. And we probably want to build it, like, over here somewhere to defend against purple. So did we... No, we did not end up building any districts around the outpost at Baekdu before moving up in eras. So there's no place that we can put this where it's going to give us a science boost or anything. I'm inclined to sort of build it up here on the high ground. Probably not all the way against the cliff, though. Yeah, let's make that your next plan. Yep, Avarice will get some stuff done fairly quickly. So, I mean, we're pushing hard toward that builder star. We're doing basically everything in our power while still maintaining functional city designs here. We're certainly going to want the iron mine. Put that in the queue. But finishing the amphitheatron first probably makes sense. All right. Hooray, population gain. Okay, they're going for this. I gotta say, I don't necessarily understand that. So, I guess if we sortie, we're going to be able to kill some of their units, but we're not going to, quote-unquote, win the battle, right? Because we're not going to be able to take their flag. We're just going to attack from down. This is the only place where combat can take place. So we're going to attack down the hill. We're going to kill one of their units, maybe two, maybe. The Empire is a vast, glorious land of mountains and grasslands, stretching countless leagues and full of wonders and mysteries. Over many generations, your people have subdued many of its corners, but now you must ask the question, to whom do these lands truly belong? We can allow the ability to claim, attach, and merge with money instead of influence, which is counterproductive. Or we can modify the cost of create outpost and move toward collectivism. So that's a 10% stability, a 10-point stability loss everywhere, but a 5% industry gain. This is something that we want eventually. I think it would be a very bad idea to do it right now. So Avarice is almost in a place where we don't have to panic about maintaining it, and once it's leveled up a little bit more, we can have it, or once it's restabilized a little bit more, we can have it produce military units. I think we're probably going to have the capital start producing military units right now, because apparently we are going to have to run more people to the front. Sadly, our best military units are still the hoplites. Yep, get on it. Once this city's finished with this granary, we're probably going in the same place there. We're going to have to run some more stuff up. We need forces coming from this side so that we can threaten them a little bit more effectively. So right now we have a citizen. They're going to build a trebuchet in 3 turns. So if we don't sortie out and attack them, we are going to pay for it. Yeah, all right. Let us manual this battle. Please don't start down there. Well, maybe we do have to start down there. So, some of us probably have to start down there. So let's see. The one with the veterancy star starts here. We definitely want to make sure we're maximizing morale and phalanx bonuses. You have the high ground against anyone who would attack you. You're in a fortified district. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. So we do present a greater attack surface area this way. Yep, and they're going to start right on top of the thing because they would be foolish not to. So the units up here are not able to get down. We are showing up 5 points of combat strength above them for this attack only. And I mean, that works out pretty well for us. Then this attack is real close, then it's going to be, this unit is going to get massacred. But we have to maximize the speed of killing this thing. The turn where we kill this guy, we're going to be able to surge down onto this plateau, and from there we're going to be able to make a much more reasonable series of attacks at them. Yeah. Boy, imagine if I had any ranged units. Any at all. Oh, not quite. Okay, well, you got to finish the job, sadly. And then somebody's got to step down here. And we're 1 point down for them. Let's kill the scouts real fast. It gives us more places to move to, in addition to making it so that we can actually... Here, let's step you there. Yeah, in addition to making it so that we can actually move into that space. It gives us a little bit of progress on our militarist star as well. Okay, so they took way more damage killing that unit than I thought they were going to. I'm actually pretty happy about that outcome. Sadly, we don't have a very clean way of pressing here. Probably the right move is to back this unit off and bring down one of the healthy units from upstairs to continue this push. And then... I'd rather not give them the attack from above. We know that that's very dangerous given how their unit works. you just stay close for phalanx. Yeah, you can't actually do anything. All right, so that's going to end the battle here. Wow, I'm surprised they just ran into that. Okay, the battle will conclude next turn. That's the militarist star, right? If we kill that last unit. Oh no, we need one more on top of that. All right, positional stuff matters a lot. So we got military units coming out. Do we want to... 490 gold. Gosh, it's expensive to buy stuff out in this game. All right, I guess let's not mess with it too much. We still definitely need this finished. And then after that, we probably also need City Watch. I'm hoping that this is +5 stability on each garrison, not just +5 stability on on your first garrison of the city. Because if so, that's going to move us up into a place where we're actually stable and we can use this city to produce, I don't know, a whole lot of military units, perhaps. I think that may be what we are in desperate need of. All right, let's continue this battle. So we're not going to be able to get a flank off. Yeah, all right. I'll take this. I'm going to move you down here and let one of the healthy units come up and do the fighting. Wow, really? 38? Yeah, geez, they're being... Oh, I can attack down that cliff. Huh. We're not allowed to move down that cliff. That's strange. Are they besieging me with another unit? Wait a second. Yep, they just have one unit of immortals that was not, I guess, involved in the battle? Okay. I'll fight you. So it probably does have to be the fullest health unit outside the gates. Definitely want to gather people up here for phalanx bonuses and general morale stuff. Yeah. Okay, so...
Keep together.
It is unfortunately the case that we are not going to be able to generate a flank attack. But we can get that phalanx bonus going in a very large way. So you stand here so you're providing maximum benefit to both of them. So a pair of 35s, yeah. I'll take it. 2028 roll went in our direction. Okay, both the rolls went in our direction. That is pretty good luck. Oh, this unit should have been standing there. I could have had one more point of combat strength. Okay, now does this work? Does this give me the rear attack bonus? Okay, it does not, because the other army is not in a position where they could actually attack. That makes sense. That's the way that should work, probably. Okay, there's my militarist star. Plus a bunch of battles won. Sieges pushed off. I propose white peace. Alright, yeah, your war support is crashing badly. Unwise engagements. And even if we do end up getting out of this war quickly, I do not think it will be at all unwise for us to just build a couple more military units so that we can run them around and have them distribute stability points. So the next militarist star is another 8 points up, which seems bad. Not really what I'm looking for. We're actually moving, this is a lot of distance, but we're moving toward it pretty quickly, right? We're, yeah, over 100 influence per turn. So we will get that for sure. We will not get that for sure. 3 extra territories is like put down 1 city. That could happen. Agrarian stars, that's a lot of population. The numbers have really jumped up in a very dramatic way. Maybe it's worth just taking the influence hit and going over our city cap. Purple is amassing low-tier units at our border, but not actually sending them across. I wonder why.
You're
Let's
unwelcome.
try to remember to propose white peace. I imagine what's going to happen is they're just going to accept when their war support gets low enough. I would rather wring reparations out of them, but I would take just an accepted white peace. That would be fine. Yeah, and then if this war concludes soon, I think we are in fact just gonna have this army fall back and settle. Actually, if we settle on their border right as the war ends, I think it's unlikely to provoke much more war support, and then that'd basically lock these two regions up for us. This one has a ton of river tiles. This one has a couple of valuable resources. Yeah, like dye is cool. All right, I think that's the plan. That's what we're going to do with our smaller army here. I think if I found while the war is still going, it will give them extra war support because it will create a new grievance. So we want to do it the turn that the war ends, like right after the war ends. For the moment, I'm not going to do anything brash. Let's just let the thing that's working continue working. Oops, no, don't do that. In fact, do not do that. Oh, right, we can move between these two tiles because they both have districts. Yep. Who are you? Rebels from the Khmer? Hey, that's me. Wait, what happened? Notifications. I am close to a war victory. Thank you. Population loss. Ah, if stability is low enough in a place for long enough, the population actually flee. Interesting. That's a cool way of implementing that. The Empire has made impressive strides in becoming a building powerhouse, the envy of the world. Well, I doubt that. I mean, I'm sure we're behind every AI player. Now, though, to maintain this momentum, you must ensure you have a reliable stream of workers who will work tirelessly on your great construction projects. From where should you find these thralls? I don't know, man. Should we? Do we take slaves from war or from criminals? Listen, how evil do you gotta be, right? There's evil, and then there's steps beyond. I think a hot take here. Slavery's bad. I think that you should not do it. And also, like, no personal judgment meant or anything, but you should probably, like, if you're making a video game, don't make it encourage people to take slaves. Don't paint slavery as like, yeah, but it would be helpful. So, this city can now just work on something that will actually help us grow and become more effective. Also, new population should probably go that away. We are still growing population relatively quickly here, for the moment at least. So, do we want to do a maker's... Oh, we get a 10% stability bonus after completion of this thing because of our affinity. Actually, that's true. That's true of just building any district. It's not Maker's district specifically. So, like, we do want to build a food district pretty badly right here, right? It gives us a lot of science from upgrading both of those. Yeah, the value of that one is pretty high. Okay, next turn we finish this, and then with the City Watch, we should legitimately be above 30 stability and holding. We're above 30 here. We are still going to finish that dude. This is very important. It's going to tank the stability of the city because it is a district, but we'll probably be okay. We'll have the opportunity to get to okay at the very least. All right, so a little bit behind the times, technologically speaking, that is city cap. Yeah, foreign outposts. Seems like a good idea to learn how to build some foreign outposts. So that really, like, even more encourages me to go found that city.
This ongoing conflict serves neither of us.
So they're receiving +1 from proximity state as attacker.
I would not inflict this proposal upon my people.
I did not make an alliance proposal. I think that message is in error. It's not clear to me why they're getting +1 while green was getting -1. We do share a border with yellow, and we also shared a direct border with green before. Yeah. I'm sure in the final version, some of this messaging stuff will be a little bit clearer. You know, those aren't mechanical changes. Those are just like add a tooltip here and there type changes, which they certainly have time to do still. Yeah, so I guess for the moment we're done because I accidentally moved this army some, but yeah, next turn we're moving up here and we're putting down the outpost. Or at least we're heading in the direction. I don't know if we're going to get to that tile. Should I attack the rebels? What are they? They're chariots? I don't know. It doesn't actually seem all that beneficial to do so. Wait, sorry. This is the button I wanted. Were we to put down in this region? Okay, that's pretty good. So maybe in the north, the rest of the tiles here are like fine. Obviously, a build over here gets a lot of benefit out of a logging camp. And you definitely want to be maximizing the value of your early upgrades, but a river is also always so good. Let's explore a little bit. I want to see exactly how far north that goes before we make a decision. And you lot will sit still and continue to hold the city for the moment. I should have peeled one of these guys off to complete that army, because this is really a one body job. Ah well, too late now. And besides, they've got reinforcements on the way. He'll be there any century now. Obviously, this soldier won't. His grandkids, though. His grandkids will be there any moment now. Let's
Your
pop over
presence
to
enrages
you. So at this point, if I propose white peace, he's probably just going to take it, right? Rather than be pushed to surrender. And I do want to push him to surrender. Oh, they've got a lone horse unit in the middle of my territory. Interesting. Also, the rebels attacked me, which is equally interesting. The great city of Avarice is bursting at the seams, countless souls pressed within the city's tight borders. In the dense, squalid quarters, cases of madness are on the rise. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices in the Empire with competing solutions. What is your response? Yeah, everybody should ask me. I know everything. So, plus 15 science on all 4 of our cities for 10 turns feels pretty great. Also, this very much fits with the earlier choices we've made about, the value of medicine and stuff. We could pray and make our cities fanatical. It's not a very good bonus. Or we could judge them. They are sinners and only reap what they sow. No, obviously we study. Obviously we study them. Are we doing a little bit of evil? Sure. But it's like a mad scientist kind of evil. It's a very study-focused kind of evil. So I guess we're doing this whether we want to or not. I have to say, I'm a little surprised at the audacity. We could just retreat. We're not actually in, a ton of danger here. But also, it should be really easy to kill them. I don't know exactly what the combat strength bonus they're going to get for charging us is, but we're going to be, base 34 strength against them, so I don't see how it could possibly matter. Yeah, just stay tight together, phalanx mode. Yes, we embarrass them terribly on account of they are cavalry units. I was gonna let you live. Aggression. They're very aggressive. So, 2 veterancy stars. Do we want to move some units down here? Because if we can attack this thing and just drive it off, we don't even have to kill it. We just have to force it to retreat one time. That will lead to a surrender. So if I attack here... Oh, one tile. One tile too far away. Alright, get to here, I guess. And then at the beginning of the turn, we'll try to rush these guys down to grab it. Oh, except you won't be in range of that for some reason. You are exhausted, right? Yes. All right, get down off the cliff. Be in ready reinforcement range. So it doesn't look like everybody's building, everybody's doing the things they ought to be doing. We got a temporary buff up to 32, you know, because we built a district, and that made the city happy temporarily. That's a nice boost. The builder affinity, obviously, is a pretty good one. All right. Let's see if we can do this. I know we're injured here a little bit, but it'd be pretty great if we pulled this off. Come on, move to this position. Oh. Okay. I was allowed to... I did get them in. The reinforcements did happen. Okay. Yeah, manual battle. And yeah, I probably do want to stand up here, right? So they attacked me. They don't understand how the combat system works, it looks like. I don't see any reason to move forward on them right now. Let's just go ahead and end the round. Okay. They went for the bait. And then do I have you attack? Yeah, even from the low ground, I have the combat strength advantage here. And you can't really do anything, so you just stand there and provide phalanx. I guess I could have moved to here. No, actually, I cannot. Oh, because it's a move into a tile in... Yeah. It costs too much movement to move onto the river in zone of control range. Alright, so the Spanish are going to feel that one. You can just merge up.
Speak!
Yeah, they're totally going to surrender next turn if something pretty huge does not occur. Well, this is what happens when you scout deep in enemy territory without a plan. I have to remember that our city's stability values are going to be very... they're going to be very weird. They're going to be very bouncy because we are constantly getting these 10-point stability bonuses that do not have any duration on them. So we get them and then they immediately start decaying. Boy, what is next? +2 more food on river. This is the higher level of irrigation. We do have a lot of stone field and rocky field here as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. We need to do some non-district based infrastructure while we wait for things to level out a tiny bit. All right, we finished that.
You're unwelcome. Speak quickly.
They're not offering surrender just yet. We got to get them all the way to 0. They have a gun unit. They have a 46 combat strength range 4 unit. If they were to win a single battle, it could undo all of our good work. Now, granted, that's just one, but like, do we think that's the only one they have? Probably not. Not if they're showing it to us. I'm going to offer white peace.
Even I can tire.
They're thinking about it. You should take this. This would be a good idea for you.
Perhaps.
Please take it. I actually don't think it's a good idea for you. All right. Well, while we're waiting for them to mull it over, let's So what do we want to build here? We have a bunch of tree terrain, right? This is rocky field. Actually, it's a lot of rocky field. Dry grass. Down here we have woodlands. That's just open prairie. That's forest, and we're not actually exploiting that. And then up here, it's a lot of open prairie. Yeah, okay. So we have a little bit of rocky field and a little bit of tree terrain. Neither one of these are actually going to be great. I sort of want to just build another garrison at the north end. That's the amphitheatron, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I sort of want to just build another garrison for defensive purposes more than for anything else. And then, like, obviously, it doesn't hurt to gain the extra stability, because these armies are probably not going to want to be pinned here forever. They have not given an answer. I am concerned that they think that they're about to have a successful battle in the next turn or two. But in order for that to happen, I have to not run away. So we might run away. No, I mean they'd siege the city first, and let's just hit end turn and see what occurs here. Yeah, no, I know.
Greetings from me and my people.
Howdy. Could we maybe not with the war? So he didn't end up, by refusing to answer, he didn't end up having to take the war support loss from not accepting peace, it looks like, which feels like an exploit. Oh, cool, and he built over the thing I was going to do. Well, let's go over there and undo that for him. That'll end the war. Hopefully we can do this without running into any of his gunners. Okay, so you are okay on stability. Not terrible, not great. Probably not in a position where it makes a lot of sense to build a district. So, what do we want to do here? So you have a maker's quarter, a farmer's quarter, a market quarter, and the amphitheatron. Boy, they really did not build this place up in a very sensible way before I got over here. It doesn't really, I think, make too much sense to build palisades. Like, this is not the city that's going to be in trouble if a war occurs. So I guess we could just build plus food on the river and then expand into the river some more. We're not getting a lot of benefit from it right now. Just the 2 tiles and none over here. But we could eventually. So if I built this up here, it would be, yeah, 10, 16, 9, 14. We take the hit, but then with 16 extra industry, we can probably, fix it afterward. Yeah, the new district is really, really powerful. Can you get there next turn? No, okay. That makes me a little nervous. Rebellions are going to occur if we don't increase stability. Don't I know it? Population's always going up. Green feels differently about me.
Speak quickly. Your voice is like nails on slate.
Ah, they're hate-filled. And even more war support slowly building up. All right. Well, we may have to move our army back down to that side. After we finish harassing yellow. Oh, wait, back up. That's a lot of troops. So maybe we are not going to have such an easy time doing this. I did want to maintain vision of them, but it looks like that's not going to be trivial to do. Yeah, they moved out, and we know not where. Never mind, I found them.
You're unwelcome. Speak quickly.
I accept your surrender.
Thank you for this.
Okay. Fawaris will enter the sphere of influence of the Spanish in 10
I can no longer
turns.
watch my people die.
You attacked me. How dare you?
Give recompense.
Give recompense. Do it immediately. Yeah, no, the battle's not happening. All right. So yeah, they that was right on the edge of. Oh, they gave me Toledo. I didn't even read the surrender screen because I was so busy. I was so busy trying to get out of the fight that was going to restore all of their war support. They just gave us a whole city over here. That is in a very weird state. What is the deal with this place? It has all of the science upgrades and no food or industry production of any kind. 90% trending towards 0 on account of all of the research quarters. I think a little bit of what you're seeing here is the AI on high difficulties getting to cheat their stats. This city was fine for them. Well, what we probably have to do is make with these. It's gonna be 17 turns. Even if we move people over to industry, I mean, we're hemorrhaging food. We probably have to do a little bit of this. Trending towards 7%. Jeez. 18 turns. Wow. How did you do such this job of managing this? How is that even what happened? It's producing a lot of science. I'll give you that. That's 117 science, that city. So, we do, I think, actually have an interesting question there about our maker affinity. Like, do we want to fire Landraiser in that city to enable us to correct some stuff real fast? It would give the city 120 science or industry per turn for 5 turns, or do we just take the science and let that be good enough? Because the science is obviously very good. So these buildings cost like 400. It's got to be right to do a little bit of Landraiser here, right? As much as we need the science, we need the city to be functional more. All right, so we'll get through Aqueduct quickly. We'll build a garrison. What are the rules for science quarters? +1 science per adjacent research quarter. +1 science on research quarter per adjacent research quarter. And then also we have plus science on research quarters from another bonus that we have. So yeah, we do want to just keep building a dense network of those there, and we want to build a garrison just somewhere. We want to build it in a position where it's going to allow us, like, we build it here and then we build other districts around so that we will be allowed to attack down off the cliff, because we can always move between our own districts. So that'll give us some mobility and everything. Yeah, okay. That could have gone a lot worse, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to still push through this game, but we're making good headway. Do we want to build the aqueduct so that we can build some more districts in this city? Yeah, I should have done that. I didn't realize. I thought these were like press this button to make the city specialize in that buttons. This is actually a really nice way of arranging that. Good job on the UI. So plus more food from the river. I think plus more food from the river. Let's get this city. Let's get Babylon able to sustain a very high stable population, because obviously that's how you make a city powerful. And then we may need to drop some armies back here. I don't know exactly what I think Green's going to bring against us, but they have so far proven to be very fond of horse-based armies. So there's another independent people up here. There's a bunch of unclaimed land around. And to be honest with you, pretty unhappy with Piautos. I would still be allowed to go over there and burn that, right? Obviously, they're going to have feelings about me doing so. They're at 4,000 fame. They're actually pulling away from us. They're gaining fame now. They're gaining distance faster than we are catching up. So yeah, a concern. Taking stuff away from them definitely has its value. All right. Well, we may yet lose this game. It's possible that having to fight green just slowed us down to a point where we can't recover. But we're going to do everything in our power. So when you come back next time tomorrow, we're going to continue shaving stuff off of yellow and maybe actually meet some of the other players in this game and see if we can't convince them that yellow needs to be dealt with as well. And we'll see you then.